Yes, we fall into patterns and negative loops, which we're going to talk about. But regardless, there's always the opportunity to come back to self, right? Life is a cycle and we go through these loops to learn and love. But often when we find ourselves in these negative loops, we have to identify the starting point, because every negative season we go through has a starting point. And sometimes that starting point was simply a thought. And after that thought produced a negative action. And after that action produced another action, which formed a bad habit. And the next thing you know, we have created a negative loop that we cannot get out of. And this could be very detrimental. It could be exhausting. It could be so disappointing because we go through constant disappointment with ourselves. And I'm sure every single one of us is very hard on ourselves. That's something I think we can all agree on, is that we beat ourselves up. And yes, it's important to be accountable for ourselves. It's important to keep ourselves in check. But at the same time, we can't bury ourselves into the ground. And when we are going through a negative cycle, it's very important to watch how we are conversating with ourselves, because we might have got into that negative cycle through negative conversations with ourselves. We have a deep relationship with ourselves, if you like it or not. Who do you spend the most time talking to every single day? Probably yourself. We are in our own minds. We are going back and forth. We wake up in the morning, we walk in the bathroom. Who do you see? You see yourself. We have a relationship with ourselves, and the conversations we have with ourselves need to transform. You understand? I'm not saying be positive 100% of the time and disregard the negatives in our life. Not at all. But what I am saying is using the word to spark the light within, to produce a positive action that could break us out of that negative loop. Every negative loop we go through is the sum of a handful of continuous events, actions, habits. They are our results. The negative loop you are in is your results. You could say these are my results, but because they are your results, you have the power to change them. But we have to identify the fact that, oh, I am producing negative habits right now. You know, sometimes we can not be feeling good about ourselves, so we decide we're going to lay on the couch all day. The next thing you know, we forgot to make dinner. So now we are going to order pizza. Then we order pizza and we're eating it. It tastes good. And then an hour later, we don't feel good about ourselves for eating a whole box of pizza. And then we fall asleep, lights on, clothes on, wake up in the morning, groggy because we didn't go to bed with intention, wake up, pick up our phone. We are in a negative loop now. You understand? Each action is producing another negative action. And the quickest way to stop that is the power of positivity. Meaning it only takes one action, one thought to create a new train, a new loop of positive habits, positive motion, positive effects. You know, sometimes I just stop everything and I come back to the present moment and I clean, boom, reassess my home and cook a good meal. Just say goodbye to all the worries at the moment and just come back to whatever I am doing with intention, because you have the power to break out of the negative cycles that you experience. But you have to recognize that you have the power. The power is already within you. You are knowing and powerful because you come from source energy. Now, what do I mean by that? Because some people get weirded out when I say that. They're like, I'm not a god. I don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. And I'm, chill. The relationship I see human beings having with the universe, with God, whatever language you choose to use, is the same way as I see the sun. Now, the sun is powerful. The sun, we can feel its warmth. We can feel the rays of the sun, the warmth of it. You understand? It nourishes us. And human beings, I see us as the rays of God, the rays of source energy. We are an expression of that oneness of source. So if we are like the rays of the sun, even though the rays of the sun aren't directly the sun, right? It's an extension of the sun and we can feel its warmth. We are the same as God, as universe. We are the expressions, the extension, the rays of the universe. So that's why I say You are all knowing in the sense it is already within you. The answers you need are already within you. But when we find ourselves in a negative loop, we don't give ourselves the time to think, take a break and come back to the present moment and ask ourselves, what is one thing I can do in this present moment that is positive? Disregard everything else. What can I do right now in my life that is a positive action? And start there. After that positive action is done, start with the next positive action and start with the next positive action and rebuild your foundation. Break that negative loop. And after we create a whole handful, a whole sphere of positive actions, affirmations, and habits, now we are in a positive loop. And what happens when we are in a positive loop, my friends? We have all been there. Our energy is flourishing. We are illuminating our light. We are transforming. We can do anything. We're at the gym. We're eating good. We're calling our parents. We're connecting with others. We're expressing ourselves. That is the space we want to be in. Will we be in there? Will we be there all the time? No. Negative loops often have something to teach us. But the key is we don't stay there too long. Learn, live, love life, have gratitude, and get out. You understand? And come back to the present, come back to the gratitude, come back to living your best. Because my friend, there is so much beauty to live for. There's so many things in life to have gratitude for. And when we find ourselves in these negative loops, we lose sense of what there is to be thankful for. Because all we're doing is producing negative action after negative action. And then we start to fog our own lens up, our own sight up. And we don't see the world for what it truly is. We see it from a place of resentment. We see it from a place of worry, a place of fear. But we know the strongest vibration we need to move in is a loving vibration. You understand? Like you are love. He is love. She is love. We are all love. That is the power we embody. And if we can just take some time today and come back to that and then move forward and create that new motion, next thing you know, we are illuminating. You understand? Because we all have a light within and it illuminates through our aura. And I always say, the best way for you to be of service in this world, the best way for you to find your purpose is to recognize your presence has purpose. When you illuminate your light, be yourself, your authentic self, express yourself in this world, you inspire others effortlessly, not even trying, because they see your aura, they see your energy, they see the love you are bringing into the world. It's the ripple effect. Even when you're at the grocery store and you show kindness to the girl behind the counter and just ask her how her day is and say, hey, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you for serving me today. Thank you for your help. That creates a positive ripple effect. That could be the single most positive move right there that could help that girl get out of her negative loop. You understand? You see how our positivity could get people out of their negative loops? Because she may be like, wow, this person I don't even know showed me genuine love while I'm stressing out today. I'm in this place, I'm wearing this mask, my boss is ragging me out, but this person showed me love. And that may make a shift in her, and now she's going to show love to the next customer. And because of you just shifted 3 people. And because of that, I guarantee that created a whole positive effect, a ripple effect, and created a whole nother loop in many people's lives. That is the power of embodying our own energy, being in control of how we react, but allowing ourselves to feel our emotions. Because my friend, that is what we are here for, to experience these emotions, the anger, the joy, the happiness, all of it. I say, give me all the emotions because they are oh so beautiful. That's what the human experience is for, is to feel, right? So we don't have to demonize these negative loops, but we do have to get ourselves out because it's our responsibility. The negative loop is our results. There may have been an external event that caused us to get in that loop, but we're the ones that kept ourselves there. We're the ones that continued to create another action that followed with that action that followed with that action that didn't serve our best version of ourselves. So my friend, Come back to the center. Know that you are powerful. Know that you are all knowing, because why? You are an extension of that which is all knowing, all powerful. You are the rays of God. You are the rays of the universe. You understand? And take your power and apply it to the present moment, and you will rise up. You understand? And now we are creating positive loops. And you done know in hindsight, everything gonna be all right. It's a vibe thing. Please let me know how you feeling right now. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, and I'm gonna see you next time.